Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you are Nerding Out with Rickshaw. And today, we are going to be doing a new series. What did we decide to call it?
Oh, we didn't even have the name
It
suggested.
was something like Gen Z, two gay guys.
I think we decided that the name of this segment is going to be called Two Gay Gen Z Boys and a Metal Dude Watch Classic Movies.
My name is Bryson. I am a 21-year-old married gay man. Uh, I've been married since I was 18, so it's been about three years.
I'm Danny. I'm 23 years old, and I just thought this was a really cool idea, and I want to do this.
Well, we had, we worked together, or we used to work together. And the one thing that we always talked about was like, I would be like, hey, have you seen Spider-Man? Have you seen this or that? And then Danny was always like, Spider-Man's my favorite character, but I've never seen the new Spider-Man movies. So then eventually I was like, before we stopped working together, we decided, let's try and have a movie night. And then once we stopped working together, we're like, might as well have a reason to like hang out still. So we started having Marvel movie night every Sunday. And then sometimes we would get 2 a week done.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 a week.
Sometimes we would just sit there from 8 till about 2 or 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
just watching Marvel movies.
Yeah. So then eventually I was like, wait, have you never seen Blade? And they're like, nah.
No, never.
Yeah.
Never even heard of Blade.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So we've established that you've never seen Robocop,
Nope.
right?
Mm-mm.
There was more on the list. Let's just go through real quick. Have you ever seen Die Hard?
No.
Have you ever seen The Matrix?
Nuh-uh.
What are some other ones? Can you think of any ones that everyone tells you that you should have seen them?
Okay, this doesn't really count, but Pulp Fiction I've seen about half of. I got to the part with the heart stopping and I could not continue. So I've seen
Okay.
majority of it.
That's still like super classic. So
I'm thinking. I can't really.
I've been seeing a lot of resurgence for the movie Holes lately, but I have no memory of Holes.
I
Uh-huh.
like those.
oh yeah, I bet you do.
For me, that is true.
Yeah.
Let's see. I haven't watched any of the classic horror movies like Friday the 13th. I've never watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Any of that.
Yeah. See, these are all ones definitely we should keep in consideration. But we've also said that the build-up should be like, no matter how many we end up watching, one of the big ones should be The Matrix. Because to me, that's like one of the why have you not seen this movie? You know what I mean? Kind of vibes. Especially when we do watch that movie, the fact that a lot of it has to do with like both the directors transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always weird to me, like afterwards, where I was like, "Wait a minute, this has a lot to do with that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but it makes it super badass at the same time. Not saying that transition is not super badass to like you as a person when you're doing it. It might be super badass, but like not kung fu badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, I think we're gonna start with Robocop. So, what are your expectations of Robocop, and what do you remember about it?
RoboCop. When it comes to RoboCop, quite literally the only thing I remember from the movie is the quote, we can rebuild him. We have the technology." All I know is that he's just like pretty badass and just he's unstoppable. And I kind of want to watch him go on a tear pretty much.
Okay, Bryson.
I have very little memory of RoboCop. These are one of those movies that my dad tried getting me to watch when I was younger, but I went through a very hard dad.
Yeah.
I hate what you're into face, and have very little memory of it. Plus, it's one of those older movies that I feel like I would see referenced in shows like Robot Chicken for parody. So my memory gets a little bit phased between what was a skit versus what actually was a scene
Yes,
from the
yeah.
movie.
Okay.
But man, I am expecting to see at least some morality of man versus machine.
Okay.
And then let's see what he's got. Let's see if he's man where it matters,
Okay.
or machine.
And it's fun to think about, like what in the 80s they thought would be technology, you know what I mean?
Futuristic,
Yeah,
yeah.
futuristic and stuff versus how it became. But yeah, this is like, to me, this is super iconic and it's super gory
Really?
at times. I'm not going to say it's just like gore the whole time, but it gets there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was meant to be like satire of real world, right? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, it's like there's times where it's like funny in a sense, but it's only being funny to mimic how fucking ridiculous life is, right? Okay. So yeah. Ready to start this.
Dude.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Okay. We're going to do Robocop.
But at Security Concepts, we believe an efficient police force is only part of the solution. No, we need something more. We need a 24-hour-a-day police officer. A cop who doesn't need to eat or sleep. A cop with superior firepower and the reflexes to use it. Fellow executives, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement. Ed 209.
Imagine what would happen if you busted that out today.
The enforcement droid, Series 209, is a self-sufficient law enforcement robot. 209 is currently programmed for urban pacification, but that is only the beginning. After a successful tour of duty in old Detroit, we can expect 209 to become the hot military product for the next decade.
How does that thing run this?
Dr. McNamara.
We'll need an arrest subject.
Mr. Kinney,
Yes, sir.
would you come up and give us a hand, please?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kinney is going to help us simulate a typical arrest and disarming procedure. Mr. Kinney, use your gun in a threatening manner. Point it at Ed 209.
Yes, sir.
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kinney.
You now have 15 seconds to comply. You are in direct violation of Penal Code 113, Section 9. You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now authorized to use physical force.
So, not trying.
Somebody want to call a goddamn paramedic?
I like how it's just not one bullet, it just unloads an entire mag of military grade ammo.
So, an interesting fact about that scene is apparently they were done shooting the movie. They had filmed that scene, and the director was like, it's just not like gory enough. So they called back everyone in the cast that was in that scene and like came back to do reshoots. And then they were like filmed it like a few times, like 3 times or something. And they were like, and he's just like, it's just still just not as gory as I want it to be. And then apparently they were having spaghetti that day. And they were sitting down. They like took a long break to have lunch, and they were like, "What if we use the spaghetti like in some of those wounds,
Really?
right?" Yeah, and they like loaded up some of the things that pop with like the pasta and the goo, right, and the hamburger meat, and then finally he's like, "That's perfect."
Oh my god.
So yeah, you could. There's like conventions where like the dude who got shot. There's conventions where that dude still goes and like does autographs and pictures with people because he's just that guy who got killed at Robocop.
Just the guy who died.
That's funny.
Yeah.
To be known for that one thing.
Yeah.
I like how they so far the way they did the whole like futuristic setting, because I just find it so funny. Imagine today if like a big metropolitan area like LAPD just brings out a fucking robot,
Like a tank, like a freaking half tank that's just like, put your weapon down.
with the lion sound effects and
The
all.
growl and all. I don't want that thing to snarl at me.
Honestly, that would deter me from crime. I'd be too scared.
Oh shit, yeah, I would be like, dude, I'm no longer getting high if I'm gonna get shot for it. It's red.
Right from get a foot up your ass. Like
Yeah.
get a foot up your ass.
Well, what have we here? You a good cop? Hot shot? Sure you are. Why, you gotta be some kind of great cop. Come in here all by yourself. Where's your partner? Where's your partner?
Well, guys, the other one was upstairs. She was sweet. I took her out.
I bet that really pisses you off. You probably don't think I'm a very nice guy, do you?
Buddy, I think you're slime.
See, I got this problem. Cops don't like me, so I don't like cops. Well, give the man a hand. He's all yours.
Oh my god.
All right, look out. Turn around, man. Hey, pretty boy. Hey, over here. Me too. Hey, Clarence, you still alive?
Okay, fun's over. Okay, let's get out of here.
Good night, sweet prince. Hey, wait up, wait up, wait up.
Damn, she really got off easy.
Shitty first day.
It'd probably be pretty traumatizing. To see that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. It's starting to roll.
Still rolling.
Ah, shit!
Let me see here. Bring in the LED. Lock it down. He's on.
What's the story?
We were able to save the left arm.
What? I thought we agreed on total body prosthesis. Now lose the arm, okay?
Jesus, Morton.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter. We're gonna blank his memory anyway.
Well, I think we should lose the arm. What do you think, Johnson?
Well, he signed the release forms when he joined the force. He's legally dead. We can do pretty much what we want to.
Lose the arm.
Shut him down. Prep him for surgery.
The entire outer skin will be like this.
It's titanium, laminated with Kevlar.
Go ahead. Shake his hand.
Come here, officer. Where you going?
Oh! God.
It's got a hell of a grip.
It's 400 foot-pounds. He could crush every bone in your hand.
All right, attach it to his shoulder.
I like that. You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
This is for you.
Oh my god.
Happy New Year.
We get the best of both worlds. The fastest reflexes modern technology has to offer, onboard computer-assisted memory, and a lifetime of on-the-street law enforcement programming. It is my great pleasure to present to you Robocop. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's for you. That's for you. Go, Robo.
So, what are your thoughts on RoboCop? What, like the way he looks and shit like that?
The question remains, is he man where it matters? Or is he all machine?
It's funny that you say that.
We
will find out.
We
No
will?
way.
Oh my god.
No way.
This has literally been like an ongoing
No,
joke for
shit.
me.
But yeah, for like an 80s movie, is the design still cool?
I think he looks pretty sick, honestly. I mean, the whole like face thing is kind of a little weird. For,
Like the
Yeah.
visor thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks a little clunky, his helmet, but other than that, he looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Just the heaviness. You can feel
Oh,
it.
you could feel his heaviness.
Yeah, like you can hear him stepping around.
Yeah.
The heavy clanking. Yeah. Then whenever he comes on screen, it makes everyone else seem small. And I mean, like, I've seen it around a lot lately where they're making a revitalized, like, 80s dark style version of, like, current and modern.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, seeing this is just like, oh, yeah, like what they're doing with that AI stuff generating
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
like
like
the-
it's still accurate.
Like the super sharp jaw lines and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the, like the grittiness.
Yeah.
Like even
yeah.
looking at the colors, like it's so
Yeah.
dark and moody and
Yeah.
but at the same time vibrant in its own way.
If I'm gonna guess, this movie looks like it's like, for some reason, like late '80s, like
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go 88.
87. I want to say. Yep, 87.
Oh, nice.
87.
Yeah. Holy crap.
So yeah, and then also for its brutalness, and it's swearing. You know what I mean? It's like it's
Immediately
crazy.
noticed that. Yeah.
It's crazy this ever got made.
It's like this era of like movies. It had like even like Terminator also.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like really pushed boundaries at the start of like this, or I think at least. I
Have
don't
you
know.
seen Terminator?
I have. I love Terminator.
Okay. You haven't?
Again, vague, very vague.
Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, those movies are
Yeah.
awesome.
Maybe we'll have to go through some things that you both have never seen, but at some point we should probably watch Terminator 1 and 2, cuz 2 to me is one of the best movies of all time.
Okay, bad.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
All right. Let's keep going.
Open the goddamn safe!
We don't have a safe.
Shit! Close your goddamn safe! You son of a bitch! No, 1, 2, 3, you better open that son of a bitch! Come on, come on! I'm gonna blow her brains out. I'll open this.
Everyone has ridiculous weapons in this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better open that at count of 3. 1, 2.
Like that gun looks so practical.
Like, would it actually fire, right?
Drop the gun. You are under arrest. Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
I'll buy that for $1.
It's only our nightly activities.
Take it easy! We don't want to hurt you! It's too much hair! I know! I'll give it a haircut! Hey! Hey! There's more hair down there! Hey!
Let the woman go. You are under arrest.
You better back up, pal! He's gonna kill her! He's gonna kill her! He's gonna kill her, man! He's gonna kill her!
Whoa.
Your move, creep.
It's okay!
Thank you. Thank you.
Madam, you have suffered an emotional shock. I will notify a rape crisis center.
Yeah, he's badass.
second. Oh, wait a minute. Taking this kind of personal, aren't you? Come on, man. Come on now, you're making me nervous. Come on, you can't do this. Come on now. Don't mess around. Hey, hey. Come on, man. Now don't get killed.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got him, Clarence! I got him! Sayonara, Robocop! Lewis! Lewis!
They'll fix you. They fixed everything.
You are illegally parked on private property. You have 20 seconds to move your vehicle.
Because whatever happens, this corporation will live up to the guiding principles of its founder. Courage, strength, conviction. We will meet each new challenge with the same aggressive attitude.
How can we help you, officer?
Dick Jones is wanted for murder.
This is absurd. That thing is a violent mechanical psychopath.
My program will not allow me to act against an officer of this company.
These are serious charges. What is your evidence?
I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake. I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake. I want a chopper, now! We will walk to the roof very calmly. I will board the chopper with my hostage. Anybody tries to stop me, the old geezer gets it. Dick, you're fired!
Thank you.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Murphy.
That was a really good movie.
So we did it. So what did you think about RoboCop?
That movie was really fucking good. I actually really liked Murphy as a character. He's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Murphy reminded me a lot in terms of visually of our one coworker Mitch, and watching that kind of like
he does look like
which
the same.
Mitch?
Oh,
The Mitch that was before.
yeah.
My Mitch.
Yeah, we're thinking of the man himself.
I hung out with that Mitch the other night, and like John had his birthday party, and lots of them came out, and so you're talking about the Mitch that looks like Paul Rudd, right? In a way,
Yeah.
and he has like kind of the same goofy mannerisms, like
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. But yeah, okay. So he reminded you of that guy.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot about him, and then seeing the way that RoboCop acted throughout. Oh yeah.
Okay. As far as, except for that very last scene, do the visuals hold up?
Oh, I mean, like,
they're pretty good. Well, they use practical effects. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
practical, like they look great, but all the CGI looks so funny. Like
Yeah.
the robot chicken, like he was saying
Yeah.
earlier.
Because it's all stop-go animation at that time. So
it almost makes you feel like you're watching like a toy rescaled to the size to be huge.
yeah,
It's really funny
that's
to see
what
in
it
action.
is. They use models that are like this big, and then they do stop-go motion.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they'll just move it, take a picture, move it, take a picture, and like until they have a full animation, and then they like superimpose it onto the background or
Yeah.
whatever. So, but aside from, like, I've always thought that even though you could tell that that's kind of stop-go animation, it still looks pretty good for that being the method.
For what they had,
Yeah.
it looked great. I also liked in the movie too the bad guys. They were just like so comically evil.
So comically evil.
Yeah, and I've always loved the fact that it's like when people are getting shot, it's just like exploding blood, and then especially like whenever he uses his little thing and stabs the dude in the neck,
Dude.
it's just like a huge splat of blood just immediately falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying, like watching all those like assholes just get destroyed. I especially liked it when she had the gun and just blew them up. Like, oh,
But yeah, that so there is a RoboCop 2 and 3, and then there's a remake. But in my opinion, Part 3 I never really messed with it. It's like a different actor than the guy.
It's
who
not
played
going to be our
it.
guy.
yeah,
Right.
that's not the dude.
Yep, and then but Part 2 is a really good movie also. So we will have to continue with that one sometime.
Yeah, I want to see my boy Murphy.
100%. Yeah, no, I like that movie. That was a really good one.
Nice. So, do y'all approve?
Yes. I would
Yes.
give it. What would you?
I'd give that movie like an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It was really good. I enjoyed it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. That one would have to be like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay. So 7 out of 10. You need a little more. What do you need? A little more like story, a little more heartfelt stuff, or
I think they didn't like go on enough about like the family. They didn't like. There was an emotional side to that. That man lost his humanity in a way, and they didn't really touch on that too much.
right? But then that's the one thing I remember. I saw like a YouTube that was about this movie, right? And it's like what you just said really says it. It's like it's about someone finding their humanity again, and at the beginning, whenever she's like, everyone's asking if it has a name, there is no name. And then the very last scene of the movie, he's like, "What's your name?" "Murphy." It's like, because he's back. Like, he's like, that's him now.
Yeah.
It's like he was stripped of that. But yeah, you nailed it. But yeah, anything else to say about this one?
Man, I'm waiting to see more of RoboCop.
He was
I want to
just-
see where he goes from here. If there's
Yeah.
2 more movies after this,
I want to see what the second one will touch up on, because
Yeah.
there was a lot unanswered there. I kind of like how these movies, like in this era too, they kind of just like they end on a one-liner. There's Murphy credits.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny whenever I've went on like tangents watching old school movies and just being like, just to check them out again, how many movies end on a freeze frame in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, guys, what do you think about RoboCop? Is it one of your favorite movies? And what would you suggest for them to watch in the future? What is a classic movie to you? Leave it in the comments and we will possibly cover it, because we're looking for movies that are classics that they have never seen.
So probably all of them.
great majority.
So yeah, well guys, we'll see you later, nerds.